Coach,
Yes, sir.
your first year under your belt now, anything surprised you about Notre Dame, about the job, about being better, other than the snow?
You know, I think I had a pretty good idea what I was getting into. You know, the demands on the players, especially towards the end of the year, kind of when we were in bowl prep with exams, seeing those guys that 1 week really fade hard. But they were able to recover those last 2 weeks of bowl prep and finish strong. But, you know, I was just really just taken back just how awesome these kids are, just how hard they work in the classroom, every day at practice. I mean, do exactly what you ask them to do and through the echo of the whistle. You know, so those guys are always, you know, taking their game to another level, which was always just awesome and really, really inspiring, to be honest with you.
Have you ever been in a program as a recruiter that you could go from Seattle to Miami and your program resonated the same?
No.
Or is this a totally different animal?
It's a totally different animal. You know, when you walk in, they make time for you instead of it just being a hassle. Like some places I've been, they make time for you and do whatever they can because they know what this school represents. And it represents everything that's great about college football, and you know also how their players and their kids are gonna develop. So you know, there's no question. I've never been any place with the power of Notre Dame. That's for sure.
Chip, you lost a couple running backs. Now you're signed one before, you're signing another one today. How do you feel about your team's running back depth with the guys that you have coming back and also the guys that you signed today?
You know, I feel good about it. Obviously we're always trying to add more. You kind of saw through the season just the wear and tear that goes on those backs, so you can never have enough of them. I like them because of the mismatches they can present in the passing game, moving them around personnel-wise. But there's no question we got some young guys, which is exciting. It's going to be their turn. They're doing a great job stepping up, and you know I'm really excited to see what they do in spring ball and through the summer. But you know every team's different, every group's different. But we're obviously wanting to add depth to every position, and especially that one, losing 2 guys and possibly 3 guys really, just to keep it going so we can still do what we like to do on offense.
Landing Jared Patterson today in kind of the final push for the last month, what was the, I guess, team effort like as far as the coaching staff, you know, recruiting him, waiting the process and landing him today? Well,
you know, that's what the early signing period gives you. You're able to go all in on just about 3 to 4 guys all the month of January. So that was big, and you know, it was just another opportunity to land a very big man who's athletic, who can move to an already good group. So you're never going to want to pass those guys up. And he was a good fit when he came on his visit. He really meshed well with our players. And, you know, just like you said earlier, what's a big surprise, fit to me is just as important as anything here at Notre Dame. Just the ability for kids to survive here is as big a criteria as we have in our evaluations. And he fit really well.
Coach, you guys brought in Tommy Tremble after Mike Jackson. What made Tommy Tremble up for
You know, one thing I always like to do with the tight end group, I like to obviously have size and athleticism. Both of them bring that. Both of them are a little different, which I think is good. You don't always want the same type of player because you want to have variety. Certain guys can do certain things, and I always like to have that versatility, you know, each year in each signing class. And it just so happened, you know, we lose Durham, but obviously we don't want to pass up on a great athlete. And both of them are tremendous. George is already here doing a great job, and but I think both of them bring a different style that's different to each other, and I like that. And be able to present different challenges for the defense with those kind of guys, and still being very physical at the same time.
I guess, how would you kind of characterize the style of play of Tommy and George?
Yeah, both of them are very athletic. George has spent a little bit more time with his hand on the ground than Tommy has. Tommy's been more of a skilled wideout coming in. The good thing that I got to see this year with George, though, was he was split out wide and did a lot of good things in the passing game. So they both have ball skills. Both are very smart, very athletic in their way. Tommy's probably a little bit more explosive, where George has a little bit more size. But that can come in time. But, you know, I think the one thing that really caught my eye with Tom is he played defense for them. And as I'm evaluating tight ends nowadays, I want to see defensive film. I want to see you be able to put your face on something and strike. And that's a big thing with the toughness that we want to have. And he did that, and he was exceptional to go with his explosiveness.
Is Tommy healthy now?
Yes.
Okay. He's all working out
Mm-hmm.
a little more on a little bit.
Yes, sir.
Chip, I'm sure you anticipate the possibility of losing Josh Adams. then you lost Steph, and you had the suspensions. It became quite a scramble for you down the stretch with running backs?
It did. You know, I still feel good about the group that we have and the, you know, the experience that we have coming back. Obviously, you know, some of them need to grow up, but it was really about the fit. We just didn't want to take a guy, and coming across Sebo, he did just our type of guy. Came up here, did a great job, you know, was committed to Georgia Tech, and decided that wasn't the route he wanted to go, didn't sign. And comes from a great family, and just he was the right fit for what we do. And it, you know, helps being the leading rusher in the state of Georgia and 6 foot, 200 pounds. But you know, I think we're obviously wanting to put size, and then kind of like we do with the tight end, I like to do with the running back, get a bigger guy and maybe a smaller guy with more ball skills that can do certain things out wide. Just always constantly having that variety. But you know, we needed to find one, and he filled the bill, that's for sure.
Jameer Smith, early entry, what are your first points of emphasis going to be with him this spring?
You know, just don't get overwhelmed, right? Just keep treading water. Exactly. Don't get frustrated. You're going to get frustrated like every freshman does. Just stick to the process and keep doing what you can do, and it'll come to you. But he's doing a great job in the weight room. Just watched him run this morning. He's going to be a good fit, and he's going to be a good player.
Why is it so hard sometimes for running backs to pick up the blocking aspect of it, other than they probably didn't do a whole lot of it prior to?
Yeah, you know, I mean, that's the #1 criteria. You have to be able to protect the quarterback, really, with all positions. And that dictates a whole lot if you're going to play a lot or just be a situational guy. And so it's something you have to embrace, the physicality. You can't hide from it. Guys are going to pressure, and you have to be able to see the blitz. And just like anything, the game's sometimes faster for younger guys as it moves forward, especially when we're playing at tempo. And if it's not a big deal to you with it being fast, you're going to struggle. And that's really the main thing, other than, you know, protecting the ball, that'll keep it back off the field in our offense.
Coach, how do you tag team with the other assistants? Like, if you see an offensive lineman, do you refer him to, it was Coach Easton at the time?
Right.
And, like, do you say, hey, I like this kid, now you watch him to kind of?
No, we like to do it as a group. You know, they'll bring together and we'll watch it as a staff. I like to have everybody's input, and then when we decide on a guy, we go all in on him. And I recruit everybody on the offense full board, and you know, because I'm responsible for every single one of them. So it's definitely a group effort, and we like to evaluate, because I want our guys to know what I'm looking for in prospects to help them when they go on the road in spring with their evaluations, with, you know, knowing the fit that I like and the criteria that I like.
So you may be calling a tight end on one night and an offensive lineman the next night?
Probably the same night, yeah. All on the same night.
All
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Every night.
Coach, you had talked about having such a good relationship with Coach Easton before he left for the Bears. What do you have to do to develop that kind of relationship with Coach Quinn? And what kind of things do you need to communicate to him and vice versa?
Well, the best thing with Coach Quinn is he was working a right-hand man with the tight ends all year long. So he knows exactly what I want, especially with the offensive line, the way we want this offense to look. There's not a whole having to reteach everything. He was right there in every single meeting. So that's been a good. You know, we didn't have to bridge a whole lot. And then plus the time that me and him got to spend, you know, away from it helped with our relationship. And, you know, is different, but still in a good way because of all the time that we've already been together. So there's, you know, it's going to be an easy transition, in my opinion.
That's time spent since he was named offensive line?
No, he was with me and the tight ends all when I first got here.
Okay, right.
So he was in every single one of my meetings. You know, we were attached to the hip for a long time.
Coach, have you had this kind of depth at tight end in any of your other stops?
No.
And has that affected the different offensive sets that you kind of, the formations that you kind of dream up in your head? Because you have so many different guys.
Right, and we've tried to be a majority of a 12 personnel team. And our whole offense is dictated on the players that we have. The guys that can sustain the tempo and go out there and execute day in and day out. And so it can look different every single year, every single game. So it's really a player-driven offense, but we want to be physical. We're run play action offense, so you need to have tight ends, you need to have broad blocking service and be able to come off the ball and establish the run and let everything build off of that.